Mic looks on. Beep, beep. There you go. Ahem. Hello. Welcome. We're back. Alright, here we go. Felt like I never left. I've been working throughout the day already, so I've haven't really taken a break, so let's just jump right into a stream. That's the best kind of energy we want. Fatigue. Alright. Welcome though. Let's see, just kind of calibrate that. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's get going. Boop 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 boop. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hi, Star Cookie, and yep, that's it. Alright. Everyone else who's chatting but always a little bit quiet, that's okay. I'm glad you're still here. But yeah, welcome everyone. I've been busy and not at the same time, you know. It's kind of like in waves of like, oh, I'm really busy now, and then it's like, oh, let me take a long break of not doing stuff. But hello Dakota. I had Dakota, awesome. It's awesome. Missing an E in there, but that's okay. Hello. I sometimes misspell it that way too. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Hello, Commoner Dragon. Welcome. You know, these streams are always a hit and miss whether or not these work really well, but here's hoping. Or I can cross my arms like this. Here's hoping that we do well tonight. Oh boy. I'm just taking like a little mental break from. I was literally working up to the minute, working on her animation, which I can play. See if I can get that going to see what we got so far. Don't mind this one. This in the left quadrant is the one you should pay attention to. That's where the final export will be. So don't worry about the right one. That's all the behind the scenes kind of a thing. Hi Sasha. Hello Sasha. Welcome. We'll see how today's go. Slightly laggy for me. That's a little interesting. Boop. Oh, I also remembered that I did look. I think Star, you suggested that to get an error model, which is like one of the default, like if a model doesn't, it's like maybe able to show it. How easy would that be to do? New model. Find something that's doesn't exist or something. It might be hard to find something that doesn't exist, but it's just like this model that just literally, it's a red text that says error. Actually, I put it in there. Oops. I think I did it in there. Up. So, fortunately, I'm gonna have to like find it a little bit better. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, there it is. Now it's loaded. What if I can actually load this in? Let me load this in. And sometimes it works, but also sometimes it doesn't. Eyeball there. Yeah, I'll have to work on that. Figured it out. I tried looking on the Steam Workshop to find it, and apparently error doesn't exist or something. So I would have to find that out to figure that out. So anyway, hi guys. There's hi Sasha. Yeah, dislikes are turned off. That's a worldwide YouTube thing. They've been slowly rolling it out, so it's been a couple weeks or so since that started. So yeah, but yeah, creators can still see the amount of dislikes, so it's kind of like doesn't really help too much, you know, on my end. That's like, oh, I can still see like when people, you know, I saw there was one dislike on my previous stream recently, and it's like, oh well, it still doesn't, you know, it still can hurt, you know. Still get the emotional attachment to it. That's like, yeah. Hi guys. Hi Elijah. Yep. And hello Ryan. There we go. Catching up to you guys. And Purple, welcome. Hey everyone, the gang's all here. Alrighty. And everyone who's slowly coming in, thank you guys. Why did you use plugin? I actually do have a plugin. Forgot forgot what it's called. I have return YouTube dislike. If you search that in the plugin Google stuff, I think actually you can get it pretty easy, and you can actually get it to re-get the amount of dislike, so you can still see it as a number instead of the word dislike. I want this model, but apparently I have to like click it or something. And sometimes they do show up, so that's great. Hello. Boop 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 boop. Hi, Roof the A&M. I'll just say Roof, as a little bit easier for me. Hello. Yeah, so I do use that plugin, Google plugin. Apparently looking at weird Half-Life stuff. I want one that doesn't work, but apparently might have to like go into like my files and then delete it or something. So that might be for a later time. For right now. Nice bench. Nice. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm just distracting myself so I can not worry about what I was doing earlier 10 minutes ago. Okay, let's get going on here then. So what I got is in between. I didn't quite fix the arm issue, but at least it's somewhat looking more like an arm in a few of these poses. So it's gonna be just going through each of these and kind of figuring out like which of these, I guess, don't quite work out. And going in and changing them. It's actually an arm. Right arm. Is it? And, alright. Man, I should be left arm because that's actually how arms work. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Oculus Quest 2. I actually wanted one of those. I've actually been thinking about pursuing getting an Oculus 2. Basically just want to get like Beat Saber, I think is like my main my main reason. So yeah, I want to make a better version of this pose, or at least maybe get the elbow. Let's quite quickly see if I can get the elbow to look a little better. I just have to move the collar in, shoulder inward. Let's see. I like rhythm games, so I like Rhythm Heaven and all those kind of games, so it's like I thought it'd be fun to play. Something like that. Does anyone else play like Beat Saber to like recommend it, I guess, to me? Because if it's like, it's not that fun, then I'm, you know, trying to get like $300 worth of VR equipment probably won't be too useful for me, you know? But yeah, I'm just gonna go in here and just kind of figure out through the motion editor what kind of easing or something I can do to mix this a little better, hopefully. Not the best, not a SFM wizard at this yet, so as my testing out of this, I can at least kind of smooth it out, maybe a little, oop. Do. That looks a little better. To check it. Let's see. I don't know, I played with a friend's copy and it was very, very fun. Okay, awesome. I saw like an Everfree or like one of those BronyCons or something. Sort of Ponyfest kind of ones, but I was like, someone was using it, so I wasn't able to dive right into it. So not exactly able to give an opinion. I had like one of my older phones had like VR capability, so like if it's like a Samsung Note 5 or something, so that's how old it was. And I think just making it faster works better. It wasn't quite optimized as best as it could, you know, for being phone VR. So that was my first experience with VR. Wanted to get into it, but yeah, my phone just didn't have enough power and battery quality and all that to really make it worthwhile. So they do some very brief valve. What's it called? A valve one for like an afternoon at a Japanese theme park of all things, and that was really fun. But let's get into the face control and just kind of work on that. I'm gonna remove the other Derpy so I can look at her face a little easier and start animating that. Okay. Let's see though. First Derpy tail, second Derpy to hold her hoof on the nose, and second to do something with poor muffin. Or is this random testing? It's not quite random as much as we kind of did the very deliberate voting mechanism to create the story. So if you weren't here like a couple months ago, which I don't blame you for that, when we decided all this. So it was a method to all this of how we decided to come up with this story. So I think the basic thing of it was basically, as you can describe this story, as a pony boops Derpy on the nose, and then they boop each other, and then they boop their own noses, and that was basically the whole storyline for that. So it's very methodical and very planned out of an of an animation. There we go. Just gonna move that up a little bit, left and right. See what these do. A little bit more towards there. There you go. Yeah, if you want to like think of more elaborate story to it, I don't mind that. That's as far as I got with like they just kind of boop each other and then boop their own noses. So everything else with the muffin, it was just like a afterthought. I did want to have like an extra thing where I want to have like a companion cube like fall onto the muffin and then kind of splat the muffin. So if we have time or something, or if we have more interest to like continue this kind of a story, then I'll be interested in doing that then. What I want to do? Let's do mouth, mid face, upper face, mid face. It's been a bit since I've done this. A frown. Just make it a little bit more neutral. Let me check out my continuity between what this one was. So I have it frown, and we got excited, and then she gets bopped there. So at least it could be somewhat similar. So maybe like maybe she would be happy. Let's see. Cute story. Well, it's one of you guys who suggested it, so you can thank. Ooh. Or was that the first one? No, that was the Blunder one. It was ooh. Was it? Oh, it was Fluttershy, I think, who suggested this one. That's right. So thank him for that. Optimism is on the clouds. You bet. I don't get it. Let's see. I think it's just easier to like figure out where I want the blink. Blinks usually like are my anchor, I suppose. Let's see. Close eyes. Use my blinks. I think my animation style is like very anchored around blinks more than not, I suppose. Found some keyboard shortcuts so I can get this to go. Beep. And make this a... So I can get the curves here to look a little nicer than that. There we go. As you saw before, let's look. This is so weird. I don't know why this is even a thing. Is that it's 0% here, and it goes to 0%, but between it has this downward curve for I I can't explain why it's trying to interpolate between 0 and 0. And it's just like, okay. So it's like manually for every single time it does that. I have to like set it to step or something. One of these step tangents. So I just memorize 4 to be set it to be flat, and then 2 for a moderate ease in and ease out. So anyway, so I figured that out. It's always good to make sure you know. It's good to know when you get a new program how to, whenever you run into certain issues, to not be too frustrated at first, but like to know that there's usually 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times just like, if something's frustrating for you, then it's probably actually something that's addressed, but you just don't know what it is or how to do it, or that there is a solution to it, you know. That's like, remember in Toon Bloom I was like, I want to set her on selection of like, I want to be able to click on an object in 2D and like click on the leg and then find it in the node view or timeline easy without having to search through hundreds of different things. And it's like, okay, cool, there actually is one. So it just took a while to find it, but it's like, okay, that helped me learn that, like, yeah, most of these softwares are well thought out to the point that's like, you shouldn't feel frustrated to like everything. It just usually has a solution. Hi Mario, welcome, welcome. Boomf. Boof. I would want to make it a little bit longer, so we can add two frames. So you did it again, where it's going between the two points here. The two values of these points equal each other from here to here, but SFM is interpolating it in a very awkward way. That's like, no please. So just hold on that position. So it makes it a little bit longer with a slight delay to the eye being closed. And I can make that a little bit faster. And this a little inward. I know there's ways to like do it in this mode where it's like the graph or the motion editor. Where it's like I find it can't really click on things in here as much as like be able to play with these controls, which kind of like a little bit confusing to work with. We don't really understand what these mean. So at least this makes sense to like be able to plot it out and be able to move individual points and be able to curve it a little bit simpler. So I know people are like, yeah, more people would stand by this more motion graph editor. You know, it's like this is where you should be animating in. SFM elites might be just only be animating in here and like going like, oh, let me smooth it out or ramp up or spline and round and stuff like that. But it's like, oh, I started doing that and now it's like now it starts going up before then, so I had to say like no and then D, and it's like it's a little bit more. Then I lose my my exactness, you know. Now it just becomes like, oh, it's kind of flipping out, whatever, don't worry about it, we'll just kind of gradually be able to do this. And it's like, wait a minute, and I go back in and it's like, wait, it added a new point, and it's like freaking out with all these extra things, and it's like, no, please. I had a very specific way that I wanted to do, and then working it with like that mode is like not great. Beep. That's all I want, is just this little blink. Let's flip these. Eyes up and down. Up and down is really what I want. I'd like to be able to like zoom in on this so I can get smaller numbers. Otherwise I have to like go in here now and very carefully It's also kind of not doing his right thing either. Okay. Move. Okay. So why not just be able to like keyframe it in a sense as like I want it to be here, but it's always like gotta always interpolate it. So I like had to like think about it like that, and it's like not quite fun. It's like the default is to like slide into each pose when it's like I want it to be more stop motion-y, where it's gotta, yeah, I don't know. It wants to be smooth and like interpolate between these different poses perfectly and kind of like spline between them, but it's like it's not always the way that I want it to look though. So it becomes more of a fighting against it to like actually get what I want. Now why is that? Seems to like move to the right, to the left a little bit. It's not like I can. Yeah, I kind of see that it's kind of like trying to. I'm only I should only be updating the up and down motion, but it's very slightly from here to here is actually moving left and right. So that's gonna be a little hard to fix when it's literally not rigged in the way that I would expect. So, oh well. Great. do. I guess I'm a little bit spoiled because I was just working with Toon Boom earlier today, so it's kind of like I can't comparing apples to oranges with this. Of like they should be sort of doing the same thing, but it's like animation-wise, but it's like it's completely different of how they are interpolating between all this. See, I was kind of like not really working. Oh well, just gotta make it slower. Make this fast. Make this slow. I don't know how long this scene is gonna be, so maybe I'll just kind of expect it to probably be around 200 or so. So maybe I'll add like one more blink at the end here. Whatever I could like copy all these keyframes, go like to 180, and then be able to get that same blink. I can kind of make it a little bit faster. There you go. Aw, man. Good night. Thank you, Rhyme. Appreciate it. Let's go back to here, and I can add that same kind of. I don't know why I feel like it's a little bit slightly more natural when they blink to when their eyeballs kind of go. Would like it to go downward a little bit. Now let's move the view target or local view right conversions. Am I able to? It's possible that this may be able to help. Let's see, it's still kind of wonky. Huh. Oh well. Hi, Lab4. Welcome. I see a fight between Fluttershy and Yoshi G. Decide who's the biggest Derpy fan. Ooh, that would be interesting. Yeah, I've only seen Fluttershy like a couple times during like conventions and panels. So, I don't know. Fluttershy definitely has to up on collection stuff. Like a lot of merchandise and merch. So definitely win on that. Maybe like an actual like fist fight and everything. That's That's a bit much. It'll be interesting. Yeah, never really thought about it like that, you know? But can't there be like more than one, you know, fan for Derpy? Why there's always gotta be a competition, you know? Let's see. I'm drowning in plushies. I definitely have a lot of plushies. I don't think I have like as many pony plushes as other people. I have like more generic, or I guess more Nintendo, a lot of Yoshi's, Derpy's, Pokemon, and some other ones. Yeah. I think I have a more collection of paper crafts, probably than most people. But most of those are Nintendo as well, so I tried to have like a whole thing of having every single character from Smash Brawl represented in papercraft form. So I have like this giant bookshelf that has just about, I think, 34 out of 35 of every playable character in Smash Brawl, because that was the game at the time. Tried to have every character in a papercraft form. Papercraft is like origami, but you're able to fold, cut. It's more in pieces, I suppose. Like it have multiple pieces and multiple papers and multiple, just a lot more construction architecture kind of than just like folding one piece a million times. It's like you're folding maybe like 20 pieces, and then you're able to glue them together with different tabs and folds, and you have tabs, so they're able to have areas to be folded up on. That's how you connect the different pieces together. Let's get the nose wrinkle. Let's see. Hey Ben, welcome. How we doing? What's your do about a Derpy plushie? Yeah, it's really big, isn't it? It's like life size or something. Yeah. Be fun. Hi. Sorry, you got a bit too many highs there for everyone. There we go. Wasn't taking my keyframe button. So there's back of one. Beep beep. So nose wrinkle. All the way up. Okay, go down. And back up. So it's kind of boof. Boof. And then we'll do grin, frown, just got something. Should she be happy or sad from booping her own nose? So what do we got? Is that... Well, this one's minding her own business, looking at her muffin, boof, and is like surprised from it. Then this one's happy because she likes to boop. And then she gets booped and is like, what? I think it's more of a shock as well. You better watch out. I'm learning. And then she's there. I hid the other one so I can make it easier to see both of them, but they should both be here. So I'm gonna try and make some consistent personalities for them, but I guess maybe I'm thinking like reluctantly, can maybe like a sad eyebrow, and then maybe like a smile, like I guess I can kind of do it like a I'm playing along. You know, like boink. Wow, this is fun. Whoa, that's wacky. And the other one's more excited and it's like, yeah, let's boop, bop, 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 woo. I think I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, it's good to have a mission. Okay. So that means we need to go into the eyebrows, these ones, and choose one of these. Sad probably is going to be the best one here. This will be sad small. Just kind of adjust this. Be something like this. Can't really see the other eyebrow. This is why I turn off the other horse. Beep. So I can see it. Let's get down to our level. Okay. Save. How we doing? So probably what I can do. Let's get these ones. What's this one do? It kind of does that. You know, desperate times. Oh, it's for desperate measure. I know, there's probably like a whole bunch of like out of context stuff. I think it would be fun to go through my Yoshiisms of all my weird stuff that I say. It's like subconsciously, you know, of like all these wibbles I say for these quotes. Looks like I might be able to move these. I'm not sure. Sad Smith brows. Yeah, when in an animator, you gotta just. There's certain things that's like. You get so in the zone of like, I need to have something like stuff like that, where I just need to turn off the horse, and then you just don't think about it, you know? It's like, this is like something legit I need to, you know, do. That you just don't think of it as anything weird. It doesn't sound weird or anything. Yeah. So that kind of moves the eyebrow down a little bit. Let's see that. I don't know what despondent sounds like. That's probably good as well. We'll probably add that in. Add a keyframe. Beep, 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 beep. And just to move it down slightly. I don't even remember saying I turn off the horse. I think I just like have to. I think I said like. I gotta turn this horse off so I can see what I'm doing. Like that was it. And back down. Which way is it down? Oof. So that creates a little animation for the eyebrow to kind of like jibble around. So the eyebrow is also animated. There you go. Okay. Oh, that makes it a nice curvy. Beep. Okay. I want eyebrow or eyelids wide. Lids, eyebrows. I don't know. I think that's gonna, yeah, make your eyes kind of more wide. So that's good. My tingly VTuber, I definitely have the avatar for it. I'm sure Star's gonna get all technical with us. I mean, there's like those PNG tubers where they just have like 2 pictures of like their avatar, and they would be like closed and like an open mouth, 2 pictures. So I suppose that's also something like that. Poof. That kind of makes the eyes kind of widen a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And then for this one, let's to be a little bit faster and a little bit less intense, so it's actually becomes something a little bit more. And then there you go. This creates this kind of jimmy there. Okay. Mouth. What do we got? Shot closer, mouth grin. I think I have this one keyframed. Tell it for reviews. Sorry, Lan. I think something in there was inappropriate there. Actually, I don't think I. Yeah, it's literally just it cuts off right at the bottom. So, right below the fold, I don't exist. So, something like this. That's disappearing me. This is all I got, really. That's as much as I've rendered out. Yeah. Sorry for that disillusion. I need the mouth. Let's see. Oof. Let's make it more frown just a little bit. Just for that bit. Like it's kind of like, and then let's make this one just a flat. Boop. There you go. That's selling the emotion there. There we go. There's all these extra different like interlocking and interweaving all these different pieces together. So it's not like, oh, I just got to move like the eyes and then that makes an expression. You know, it's got to be the eyebrow. It's got to be making the eyeball move and like have eye tracking and then make the nose wrinkle and then having a nose, you know, move and having a frown and the mouth move. So, both. I haven't watched PewDiePie in years, so I don't know. If that's like a recent meme or anything, so I don't know. Let's see. Some kind of weird with that, but that's fine. It's like it's not actually moving. That's fine. Do. And then just kind of slide into a next thing where we want a. Ooh, we could do this. My anchors, my blinks are my anchors, which means that how do you describe anchor? It's anchor point, all that. I'm gonna look up because I don't want to. Anchor definition. I mean, it's what grounds everything, basically. Let's see. Anchor point. How do you describe that? It's an idea, element, etc., which provides stability, security, or confidence, or reference point. Yeah, reference point. That's good. I was blanking on that for some reason. I had to look it up. Let's see. People were joking that he doesn't have legs a while ago. So weird. Boop, boop, boop. Alrighty. So we're gonna use this blank as an anchor point, reference point, to have the off round have a point 4, and then squeeze it a little bit, get down a little bit, and then as she like lifts her eyes open, we'll switch into the smile. So the frown needs to probably go away, like that, and then poof, poof. It needs to be faster, but it's fine. So from here, this will be my anchor point here, to then go into a grin, beep, and here, beep, beep. Oop, don't move it. beep. And then from here, beep, 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 beep. Grin. Just crank that up. Ooh, okay. Ooh, what? Can't even see what's going on. Yeah, this is not what I want. Beep, 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 bop. And let's make another key point here. Boop. Oh, that fixes that. And if I put this back, that might actually work. And then, it's the interpolation. It's like the keying of this doesn't quite work out. It's all why people use the motion editor, just because his graph editor doesn't quite work as well as it could. Because I believe that if it's actually like this, if people don't like this as much, or like you're like, oh, I would rather use the other form, the motion editor, to be able to do all this other crazy stuff, you know, it's because it's this graph editor is buggy or something. I believe that. There you go. Beep, beep. So now it changes from a frown into a smile. There you go. And with that kind of reluctant, kind of like, ooh, I don't know, creates this interesting expression that's like, ooh, I'm not too sure about it, but okay. Yee. That works pretty well. Alrighty, cool. And again, a lot of this is like I'm not like thinking too hard about it as much as kind of just adding my usual kind of like how I animate, interpolate, and like add keyframes and stuff, kind of a way that I just kind of start to let's see if I can add that in a little bit. Then it kind of goes down a bit, and then it goes past where it should go. Let's make it kind of closer. So we start anticipating by going lower, and then we go higher, and then we settle it out where like it slowly goes back. Is this it? I can make this go slower. So it creates this like kind of jelly like whoop, whoop, and emphasizes it a little bit more than if it just went up. If it just stopped here, then it'd be a bit too robotic and to feel like it just kind of glides into place like too perfectly. So by having it just like have a little bit more, just kind of like it barely just kind of goes down a little bit. That kind of makes it feel a little bit more like alive and everything. Anyway, good. Let's work on, let's get body dynamics again. Let's try and do that. So let's get rid of face controls and let's get into the head and work on that. So I can go into rotate mode and I can do this. Let's see. Let's see. Let me get some juice. Got some orange juice here. Gotta hydrate. Alright. Like astronomy. Woohoo, okay. I was going for it to read what astronomy as a minor. Oh, cool. Yeah, with my my major, I was like, I'm pretty sure I was gonna do something with art, so I was like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do strictly animation, is a weird part, so I just kind of focused on graphic design for my end. And that all kind of, I don't know if it worked out quite yet, but it's working pretty well for me right now. Just focus on animation for now. I think I will have her kind of look down just slightly, so just kind of like looking down. So then when she gets booped, she's actually going to look up, or like her head's going to get bopped up. Probably move this forward a bit. Beep, beep. Probably to here. Beep, 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 And then this will be... I want to move her neck first. Just for weird body dynamics, it's actually a little bit easier to start from back here. So let's add a keyframe. Beep, beep, beep. And then if I move her whole neck back, that'll add a little bit more intention. Beep. So yeah, that kind of moves it further than just her head, which is just this. But if I move her neck, then you get this. So it's a little bit more extreme of a thing here. Motion here. Beep, 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 beep. And then we'll do the same kind of motion where we just kind of go back down and then back up. Oops. Didn't play that right. Ah. Beep. So there we go. Kind of creates this more, slightly more fluidish feel to it. So it shouldn't feel like it's being too static, but at least it should be a little bit more jelly. Let's go back to the head. Beep. And I can work with this now. Now that I know, it's weird dynamics of trying to figure this out, so it's a little easier to just kind of not think about it too much. Trying to explain it's a little bit hard of like why I moved the neck first. But I guess the neck moves the head, and so if I wanted to know where exactly my head will be, I need to animate the neck first, because the neck moves the head, so stuff like that. So beep. Let's move this back a little bit. Create something like that. And then I'll have to go back and animate the hoof again, because now the hoof should move along with, like right here, the hoof should move up a little bit to like follow that track, how the head is moving. So I have to do that. All of that. It's looking pretty good. I tried moving in space. Same way that I move around, use the same buttons. Let's move that back a little bit. Make it a little bit faster. I need to go back into the motion editor. Don't see my keyframes though. Never mind. I'll just delete this one. Usually if it doesn't feel like it's moving too much, then I might just remove it. I think that's okay. Because I don't want it to feel like a bobblehead where it's just kind of like going back and forth the entire time with like woo 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 woo. You know, like a coin flipping on its side. You know how it kind of like flips around and goes woo, 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 for like for as long as you spin it for. It's like I don't want it to like feel like it's continuously like has so much inertia and momentum that's like it's going on for like forever. For like too long. So the motion that I just need for this is that it kind of goes up and then just kind of settles back down. So to make it more more subtle, move this. Whoop, that's the position. Okay, never mind. Let's not do that again. And that's good. Anything else I want to do? Let's do the wings again. Wing, 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 wing. It's probably one of these. Can't really see which one it is. Left wing. That's that one. Right wing. That's that one. Okay, cool. Let's keyframe both of these. And let's kind of get it a little bit out of its original position. Creates a more interesting silhouette. I'm probably just starting from animated from this angle. And we're doing it on top, good. So here is beep. So we'll add keyframes for both of these for the wings, and then beep, 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 beep. And so wings gonna go up, I think. I don't know, but at least that's what I'm thinking. Gonna take both of these and move this to be slightly faster. There we go. Let's see. Oh boy. He calls cookie biscuit. Ooh. Oh. That's, yeah, there is some deep lore with that. Beep, 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 beep. Let's go back here and let's bring it down. Bring it down. And then beep, 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 beep. And then slightly back up. Eh. 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 Yes. I live with my parents. I'm working in my parents' basement. Beep. Just gonna wiggle them. Probably want to make these a little bit. Maybe this will be where that motion editor will probably help us here. If I can figure this out. Where am I? Eh. Yeah. Let's move this in. Move this in. So I can see. You can barely see it, but there's some change here. Let's see. It starts around here. So you can see some of that. So I'm gonna do one of these, maybe round it out. Maybe smooth it out, just like a barely bit. May need to go back in here. Probably just needs to be faster. It's probably also gonna help a lot. Maybe move this to be a little bit slower, make this over. Well, let's see. So what do we got? We got beep, 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 beep. Maybe it needs to hang a little bit, so we need to make this a little bit slower. And then make this a little bit slower. So that was a bit too slow. Let's just make this just like faster. Make like the last settle slower. Make this slightly slower. Okay. Meow. Meow. Wow. 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 What have we made? I'm loving this. Actually, this is a lot of fun. This is great. Look at this go. Oh, the hair physics. Look at that. That's fun. It's kind of wiggly. That's cool. Let's move the head. Beep. For the smile. And then that might be the last thing we do. Last major thing. Adding new elements to this animation, you know, for this section here. For this horse on this section on this bit, that might be the last thing. New element to add, new keyframes. Then the rest of it will be adding, not really adding, but just kind of like adjusting what we got, you know. Excuse me there. Beep beep beep. Let's kind of move it down a little bit. Whoa, okay. What happened here? She's like, nope, nope. Rig neck. That's one. W or Z. What is this? Z? There you go. Feels too floaty. Let's see if I can adjust that. Let's go a little bit faster. A little bit slower. And anytime you go one way, it's always best to then go back. Like yin yang, you just gotta go back. You know, you always gotta be evenly going back and forth between these sort of things. Obviously, if you go too much, then that'll create that bobblehead kind of scenario. Where bobblehead is just like continuously, you hit it once and they just continuously just go back and forth until it runs out of energy like 20 seconds later. So it's kind of like this, more of a dance, like make sure that this kind of feels like it has, make this character feel like it has weight, has energy, and breathes, has all this extra, you know, feeling to it. To make this feel like it has all these different mechanics going all at the same time. So we'll just kind of go push it a little bit further, and to make this new pose here. Let's move that a little bit. There. Beep. See how it's not quite. Still don't like it that it. Ooh, it's getting worse. Beep, 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 beep. You go up, and you go back down. And settle it out. Smooth it out. There you go. So we got that. Cool. Okay, that's the next. Now we got to do the same general animation for the head to have its own kind of feeling to it. Because otherwise it feels like the neck's doing a lot of work when it's not quite what we want. So this will create more interesting feel to it. Do 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 do. And then just barely. Bobblehead. So let's get rid of the last frame there and just kind of extend that a little bit more. Let's even this out. And move back in. Yeah, it's just kind of just seem like you watch it and you're like, yeah, that kind of works, and you just kind of, you just have to keep going back and forth, adjust it, watch it, adjust it, watch it, adjust it, and just keep watching it. Adjust it, watch it, adjust it, watch it. Okay, and then you just gotta step back and say, alright, is this close to what I want? Sure. Obviously, there's a lot more cleanup, a lot more stuff we can add. I think for right now, this is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just incredible, just like how weirdly simple this all is. Like, I still can't wrap my mind about like I'm doing 3D. It's like I'm not freaking out as much as I thought I would. You know, I thought Source Filmmaker would be like the more weirder, like gamified version of animating, but it's like it's not as bad as if you just kind of simplify it and like do these kind of steps of like knowing what you want and then breaking it down into its extremely simple parts. You know, we're talking like, okay, I want this to like, you know, just go from a frown to a smile, and so it's like using these sliders to just go from frown down and then animating it with very simple keys to like slide it frown off and then have a smile and you just bring that up. You know, it's like, okay. Obviously, all the power comes from the software and the amazing rigs and models and all of that just like all combines into making a very, very nice package that animators and users like me can just kind of go in and say like, I want her to have like a pouty face or something, and kind of go in here and see what I can do. Just look like oh, there's an old woo face. Or like a little cat face. That is cute. But yeah, there you go. I mean, it probably took someone, you know, like several, maybe like a half hour to like be able to shape tween and like make this specific, you know, shape mouth thing, and then it just takes me that 1 second to like apply it, you know. So that's what like the magic is that it just all the time to like make this and construct it. Then on the end user, the animator, the only has to figure out and like remember all these different controls that other people make, and then I'm able to use it to my advantage. But yeah, I think Stars Right there will finish tonight. Finish right here. So there we go. So by the end of this, we'll have like 4 animations of boops. They're all slightly different. But yeah, I think I'm learning each time I do this. Obviously, to get slightly, I don't know, better, but at least they're looking a little bit more smooth, animation-wise. So that's good. Yeah, it's fun. So thank you for the suggestion for this simple animation. Appreciate that we didn't have to do those skateboard tricks I was afraid of. We'll have to do much more scary body poses and stuff. So it's looking great. Let's see. Let's go to toaster time. Boop 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 boop. And we got a generic. Whoop. What am I saying? We got our original what is it? Slideshow. So there we go. Deem is shaking. I know. I'm becoming more powerful each time I do a boop animation. Yeah, yeah, I don't know if I'm interested in doing SFM animation as much as I feel like my scarf's becoming transparent. As like my next, you know, venture or anything. But I feel like it's definitely something interesting. I'm just looking to see if I can change my filter for my green screen here. I can make it a little bit less. Hopefully this won't right. Boop. There we go. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do more SFM animation, you know, because technically they are out of the box more likely to be rigged and have everything built in out of the box. You know, like here's a model of rig that's competent most of the time. So it's like cool. But also I feel like just what I experienced today, that's like there's weird graph editor glitches and stuff that might be more frustrating to work with than just using a more professional, modern software like Blender. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm getting more used with Blender now. That's like I'm finding Blender's own faults and stuff. That's like I'm okay with, but some of the stuff that's like in SFM is like, this is kind of unexcusable. I'm like, how is this working? So, just like the way that the curves of like the points is like from 0 to 0%. If I want it to be flat, it's like, what are you doing? Make it a water slide out of these kind of shapes of why why that ever be a thing? You know, why do I have to manually go back in and say, hey, from two keys that are 0 to 0, why do I have to go in and say, hey, don't interpolate anything? Don't have interpretation. Why? Let's see. Boop a boop. Your joking aggro is unreachable at this point. Yeah, it's become 10,000 hours is enough to become a true professional. So yeah, I'm about 30 hours so far now. So yeah, it's gonna take me a bit. Yeah, I'm not worried. It's okay. They definitely like they started at the same time as me with their journey. So around 2013-ish, 2012-ish, whatever. So it's like they chose the 3D and SFM path while I chose the Flash route. So, but I'm glad I chose 2D because that applies more to much broader sense of animation. If I only did 3D, then like if someone said like, hey, can you do a frame by frame 2D animation, I probably wouldn't be able to, you know. It's just how like all the tools and mechanics are completely different. But yeah. So I feel like I'm a better animator because I learned 2D first. But that's all subjective anyway. So let's see. Okay, see you later, Dakota. And good night. Are you leaving to land 4? They're just saying goodbye to everyone as they leave. Let's see. Aggressive predators outside YouTube. Not quite sure what that means or what you're referring to. I don't know who that would be. I'm doing good. Thanks, Elijah. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, as I said at the start, it's kind of like either I'm working to the bone, I'm making myself in a sense, because I don't really have like any true. Because I'm working in my house, I don't really have boss like hovering over and like breathing on my neck to like get this done by tomorrow or else. It's kind of like everything's at home, so it's like I get an email from the boss saying, can you get this done by like next week? And it's like, oh, okay. So that gives me enough time throughout the day to then work whenever I want. So that's nice. And I've always kind of worked with that. I've always had that kind of more lax kind of how I worked with stuff. So if it's like, if I have to work like after dinner, that's like, it's not, that's more outside my hours. Like I would rather work either in the afternoon before dinner. That's like my work time, and then I goof off after dinner. So but any hours between breakfast and dinner then are all open, so I can for working, so I can work on that. Yeah. Stars watch JoJo 12 of it's part 6. You watched all 12. How many hours is that? That's 6 hours for 12 episodes? Wow. That's a full day's worth of that. How long would that take? How many breaks would you need to do that? I think I watched like one episode of JoJo, and I think I just wasn't. I think it just started so slow that I was like, okay. I know people are interested in this, and this is interesting. I'm sure it gets better as it goes along, but it's just like, the first episode is just a slog, not knowing what's going on. I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah. Maybe someday, but just like not right now. I'm not in a hurry to complete a whole season like you guys. In 1 or 2 sittings. Let's see. This doesn't happen. Whatever skills is really sad. Oh no. Well, I hope you don't dampen the mood that we got here. Let's see. Well, how'd you get past like the first episode or so? Where did you like read the manga so like you knew that like in chapter 5 then it gets really good or something? Or at least it gets something more interesting or something. You read parts 1 to 7. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I do like anime. I mean, I do like these sort of these kind of stories, but I just had a weird taste in my mouth after watching the first episode. It's like, I don't know, wasn't enough of a hook, I guess. I know there's like the saying of like, oh, you gotta watch like 3 episodes to like for you to then decide after watching 3, like, should you continue watching, because then it's like enough of like a mini movie of a cartoon or whatever to then go, okay, either you're invested at that point or not. So unfortunately I've only watched 1, so probably should have watched 2 and 3 then episodes of season 1. So I know my dad has been off and on trying to watch One Piece. We watched like we're watching the first season of that, and it's been a couple years ago since I started that. So now we also realize that now there's 1,000 episodes of One Piece. So don't know how long that's gonna take. Yeah, because now we're like 20 years off, so it's gonna take yeah, all the time for that. That was over. Okay. So it's music cursing I got past me. Exactly. I mean, that's how I got into MLP of that. It's like I saw a GIF on I Love Cheeseburger. I had a derpy GIF from Feeling Pinky Keen, and that got me interested. So social media and all that does help finding memes and stuff to get you interested. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have known of all these extra things, of all these shows, without people talking about it, you know. So word of mouth is good. Let's see. Seeing my content judging might be too mature for me. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I was saying universe Yoshi Blue Water. It's about the same. It's about a movie. Oh man. Thank you for using my April Fool's Yoshi Blue Water. Appreciate that. Let's see. First time I see the same drums, it's crying because of milk guard. Oh man. What happened here? What we got going on here? Sorry, Elijah. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's let's try to stay to what everyone else is talking about in chat. We're talking about cartoons. Oh boy. Was that on the video chat? Of that message? Because eventually they get deleted, so I guess I wasn't looking at the video version of it. I was just looking at the pop-out version of that then. I'd only been in for a little bit. Exactly. Being pretty generic sounding in a sense, but yeah. But after recently, it just takes some 4chaner to like do one of those deep searches and find it out. It was okay. That's fine then. I guess. um. I don't know how fine its super is though. Oh well. Well, it wasn't like, oh, in Orange County, me and my friend Sarah did this. So you were okay, but it's like the events sort of can still kind of wrap around into something to then find out where exactly that is. So that's where it gets dangerous. It's like it's still halfway there, but it's good that you were being mean, thinking about it to hide it, but it's like, exactly. Yeah, just what I thought. Cause wasn't it like Burger King foot lettuce was found by like 4chaners to find exactly what the restaurant was that happened in? So like stuff like that is like, yeah, that can happen to anyone. So yeah. Let me get some water so I can play off why I'm not talking right now. Yeah, doxing is a very serious issue. Do not be playing lightly. And so doxing is when you provide any sort of information. Let me see if I kind of definition. That might be easier. So I can just read that. Here's a legal definition. Interesting. Let's see. Doxing is search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. Hackers and online vigilantes routinely dox both public and private figures. So, yeah. Let's see. Doxing is the act of publicly revealing previously private personal information about individual or organization, usually through the internet. This might be associated with hacktivism. What's a neologism? Neologism. Docs, as in documents, and refers to compiling and releasing a dossier of personal information of someone. I know about a dossier from Phoenix Wright. That's the only way I know what that means. Revealing, publicizing the records of an individual which was previously private to or difficult to obtain. Slang dropping docs. Anyway, yeah. Long story short, just don't say anything personal about yourself on the internet. And you'll be just fine. Let's see. Am I getting out in and out? Let's see. Let me check my internet analytics just real quick. It's possible that it might be on my end. Stream health. Stream salty. No data. Your activity, analytics, stream settings. Can't see anything. It's not like I lost it. At least it's not telling me then. I don't know. Sorry about that then, if that happened. Okay. Yeah, see ya, Cookie then. Sorry about that. See ya. Yeah, Star's right. That it is a very serious thing that, like, stuff like that can happen. There's been people that had that happen. Yeah. where people do like the fake raids and stuff, and that's been popular years ago. I don't know if people still do that. It was ever like a fad for like a while, where people would just on stream say like, hey, there's like an FBI level threat that's at the stream house, and then at the streamer's house that was fake, but then the real people would come in and like do and like go into their house, and it's like super scary. That's like that can happen. So yeah, that's what it is, swatting. Where a SWAT team would come in to the house, just make sure that, because like a routine thing that like if something is bad, if they get it, if SWAT team gets a tip, then they'll go in, you know. So to be really safe about your public record and stuff is extremely important. Mm-hmm. That goes for everyone too. I know that. I know it's just, we're just having this one-on-one kind of chat with you guys, but yeah. No, everyone else has been doing good, so we're just trying to make sure that we cover all the bases with everyone to make sure that everyone is safe. So thank you everyone else for being good about this. You know. Exactly. Star's right. So what is this still thing? Oh yeah, I mean it's not. It was definitely popular at the time. I don't know if they still do it as a gag for internet points, you know, which is the worst kind of way to go about that. Yeah. Yeah, just for your safety. We're worried about you. That's why we're still trying to help you, you know. So trying to make sure that you're safe on the internet as best we can. So we're just making sure that you're, you know, for your public safety. That's why we're just worried about you. As you are displaying several instances of not safe protocols. That's why we're being extra careful with you. But yeah, again, thanks to everyone else for being patient with us as we try to figure this out. I know this is probably not what you guys are here for, so so sorry about that as we try to work on this. So yeah, I think for right now we could probably start wrapping things up though, as Elijah starts to figure things out. I'll go ahead with ending this up, wrapping this up. Yeah, so thank you guys for sticking with me. This was a little bit more productive than last time. I think just trying to get the SFM models to kind of cooperate and try to animate them in space is a lot harder than adding a bunch of slider keyframes. So, yeah, once we kind of get that hurdle of trying to get the hoof to like rotate and flip around, that was a little bit easier to work on that. Let's see. Let's not do that. That is give me the worst scenario out of that. Well, I did have that happen to me once, but it was on a stream that had like, they were the only person, the troll was the only one watching me, so it was like pretty contained, but they did find my IP address and they were like, do you live near here? And it was like, uh-oh. I was like, what do you want? And they were like, oh, I just wanted to let you know. And it's like, I still don't trust you for just saying, you know, oh, I'm just doing it for your own safety to see, like, look, I can find your IP. Look at that. Haha. And then it's like, oh, I'm just going around to other potential people and just kind of seeing if there's a vulnerability to their stream stuff and stuff. So that's why it's important to, because I've gone through it, so that's why I'm making sure that everyone else is also safe. So that's why we're taking all the precautions to make sure that everyone is safe around here, here and beyond, you know. So if we find people like you, to make, unfortunately, an example of you, that's why we're making sure that everything's safe. Yeah. Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop. Oh, thank you for changing locomotive. I like that. That's cute. Good morning. There you go. Okay. Bye, locomotive. They were going. Sorry about all that. But I'm glad you took action, and that'll be helpful for the future. Then we don't have to worry about it. You know, if you're just being safe and being private, then we don't have to worry about it. You know, we can move on. So there we go. What was I saying? What's your Chinese name there? How do I say that? So it is to like, oh, I'm just gonna look on your Instagram. I found plenty of pictures. So there we go. I found an Instagram page. There you go. You have like 11 posts, 37 followers, 108 following. So it's like, that's just like, boom, you know. I mean, I had a chance that it's probably not you, but it's also like, well, it's probably maybe you. So who knows? I'm finding similar face pictures on Facebook, Taiwan. So yeah, just like how easy it is to like, people use their real name, then it's like, I found your Facebook and Instagram. More than likely, you know, you never know, but it's like, maybe. Then I can do whatever I want from there, you know. Now I found all these different friends, and I can message them and do bad things with them and harass them. You know, it's like just kind of like that start of the chain. So if you don't put your real name, then I won't be able to just easily Google and find you. That easy. So yeah, let's see. But good morning. Even just sending any kind of message, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. In the case of just not saying any sort of story worth of stuff or any kind of ASL or any kind of information that can be used against you, you know, or it could be used to find stuff that I just found on here. Yeah. Boop 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 boop. Bye. Okay. Yeah. That also helped too. Oh, there's a bunch of stock pictures, and I think there's like, does YouTube, if you don't have a profile picture, I think it like defaults to like the first letter of your name, so it'll like be a giant E or something for your first name there. So if you can't think of anything, that's probably the default. And then until you find whatever you want later on, then you can update it. So try to do that as fast as you can then, because they're never all banned on it for you, so be careful about that. Let's see. I gotta remove my chance. Okay. I think that's sorted out. So yeah, so next, say Thursday? Yeah, so next week, well, we still have to do the last horse. So I got to do shot 3, Derpy right horse. And she'll need a different expression, so that'll be the incentive to keep working on it, so you can finish that off, and then might just be that might be the last stream of that then, because then I can just clean that up, and then I don't think there'll be enough afterward of that to need another stream after that. So probably by next week or next Tuesday, we'll probably do the Passport 2 game, and we'll play with that. I did play it for about an hour, so I was just gonna like check it out for like a minute to see does it like load up and everything, and then I just got stuck into it. It's like I'm just gonna paint for an hour until I got to the next section. So it's like, okay, I have enough practice with it. That's like I can do this. Yeah, so I'm prepared for that. So there you go. And I'll wrap it up here. I think there's not much more I can say. Still working on everything. Everything's still working well. I'm tired. So I think we'll catch you next week. So thank you guys for watching. And yeah, we'll see you next week. So thank you guys. Sorry, this always gets a little bit weird, but it's like, gotta address that. So in the future, then we don't have to worry about it, you know? So it's best to just take care of it, you know? So thank everyone else to, for being patient with that. And for, yeah, sticking around for the rest of the stream. And we'll continue with this, so don't you worry about that. So there you go. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, see you next week. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Yay. Alrighty. Bye.